Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. Well, guess what? It's fall and we'll be having a fall recipe. Today we'll be making green beans. And the fall recipe is apple bread pudding. So, you just got out of Scientology and other cults and you really want to get back on your feet. So you go to the SPTV Foundation and the MJR Aftermath Foundation. You got your aid, got your transportation, your car, got a job. But guess what? You need another source of income, so you need to go shopping and then cook it. Well, guess what? I am going to give you a recipe for the green bean casserole and the apple bread pudding. That's right. In apples, it's usually seasonal and it's in the fall. All right. First of all, you need one onion. Now, it can be any onion. It's not limited to just one. And, of course, you open this. All right. And I need to get my knife. So, excuse me. All right. So, all right, there we go. All right, first things first. Peel your onion. Let me do it on this side so it doesn't. Or let's see. Peel the onion. All right, and there we go. All right. So, here we go. All right, there's one. Yeah, and the reason why I use shallots, it's because it's smaller and it's easier to cut compared with the other onions, where some of them are big. Now, if you love onions and you want it big and you want to cut it up and put it in, go right ahead. Right now, I need a regular size pot, but guess what? That's in the refrigerator, so I have no choice but to use this. So, all right. Okay, we're going to throw this away. We're going to dispose of it. Okay. And you know what, you guys? I'm going to need my light, so I'll be right back. In case it gets darker suddenly, I need to get my light, so hold on for a second. just in case it goes dark. There it is. Oh. Ah, darn it. There. All right. So there it is. Just in case it gets dark, guess what? I'm going to turn on the light. Got my remote control here. Let's just get started as soon as I wash my hands. All right. All right. There we go. So I am so ready. Okay, let me turn on this light. All right, there we go. So, yeah, if you hear a background song, it's a TV. Of course, it's not in use, so we're going to turn it off. We're not going to play the Scientology games because they never shut everything off. They use up all the water, especially the ones on the street. We're not going to waste electricity. We're going to go shut that off. All right. So, we're going to wash up the onions. All right, here we go. We're going to cut up the onions. We're going to turn on the stove turn on the stove. And, okay, I'm going to cut this up. Should we cut it on both ends? No, because guess what? The back end keeps the onions together. So I'm going to get rid of this thing that's taken up. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to turn this on medium heat so it can be ready for me to actually put in there. So we chop up the onions, you slice them, turning them into slits. Row by row, like this. Okay, and then you cut the top. Now you can use any onion. It's not limited. I'm using shallots because it's easier and it's faster. Because you know that I don't like to take too long, and of course, you know, onions make you cry. Ugh. So we're going to turn. All right, there we go. Now, what I learned is nowadays we find out the food that we have in the refrigerator, and after we're done eating, puts holes in the ozone layers now. So if you have any moldy food or food that needs to be thrown away, get a compactor, put it in there, buy one in any store, or you can go online and get it. But lately, all the shopping malls and all the department stores are shrinking. The malls are gone because of box stores. And plus, people are now officially shopping on the internet. So some of these malls are the thing of the past. They're just disappearing. So I hope they would be around because people need to get out and get some fresh air and stretch their feet out. So I think it's a good idea to keep the malls open, but you know what? You don't know what's going to happen in the future. So there we are. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. All righty. Here we go. So, am I going to get a food compactor? Yes, I am, because I don't want to be wasting this earth and putting holes in the ozone layer. So, yes, I am going to get one. But restaurants and place of employments or nonprofits would be having them. Now, the nonprofit that I usually go to does have it. So, okay. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Oh, this one needs to go away. All right. So, then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Usually you could use other oils, but I prefer to use olive oil because it's better. It has all the antioxidants to, I guess, fight off the germs and keep that youthful looking. But a lot of people are using the antioxidants. It's really good for your skin. That's where it came from. So let's just put 1 tablespoon olive oil. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting so shaky. All right. There we go. All right. Alrighty. Uh-oh. I'm hoping that I have the tomato. I forgot it. But you do need tomatoes. I forgot to get it out of my refrigerator. Now, you can either use spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce. You can use those, but only put like a cup in. So, all right. Okay, so there we go. Close this up, put it away because I have limited space right here. Because, here it is. Although, you know what? No, I gotta use this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna use tomato sauce. Okay. So, okay, let me get, all right. All right. Let me get the spoon. Of course, this one's halfway to being had, so I've been using it so much, and it looks like it's melting now. The first day I got it, oh my God, I got this from the dollar store. First day I used it, it bent. I was using it, it's not even funny. I'm like, what is this? So, and then after a while, it came back. So, okay, we're gonna stick in the onions. All right, there we go. We're gonna stir it up. Oh my gosh. Ooh. We're gonna put another, yeah, I'm gonna put another tablespoon of oil since this is really the wrong pot to use. So it'll go in. All right, there we go. All righty, there we are. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put this away now. Okie doke. So I'm gonna stir this up. It's on medium heat, and we're gonna stir it up until it's caramelized. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, now we are gonna put a teaspoon of minced garlic. Now, if you love garlic and want to put in, well, go right ahead, but don't put no more than 2.5 teaspoons, because then you'll stink like a weed. But if you insist to have it, then by all means go right ahead. So use 2. I don't know what kind of slit to put in the side. I can't use it. So we'll put 2.5 teaspoons in there. No, 2 teaspoons in there. Yeah, and then after I'm gonna have to wash it because we don't want a bread pudding that tastes like garlic. So all right. So there we go. We're gonna use this for the bread pudding. Yeah, wash it off. And garlic is awfully strong. It spreads. It spreads to the. Oh darn it! We're gonna stir this up. Okay. And we're going to do this until it's really caramelized. But this time, always make sure it's not burnt. So, all right. Now, and yeah, I should have the smaller pot, but that's in the refrigerator with the rice. But there's a little bit left, but I'm too lazy to use it, so I'm using this. So use it until, I'm going to stir it until it's caramelized. Oh, okay. Now, this was my favorite recipe while I was growing up, the green beans, which is the best. My mom used to make it for me all the time. I used to take bread, soak up the tomatoes or tomato sauce. It was fabulous. My mom always used marinara sauce because it's great. Now you can use any tomatoes. You can use the tomatoes in your refrigerator, but you have to cut it up and make sure the juices are in there because that's what it needs. Okay. Alrighty. So let me get something to hold this. All right. All right. Okay. And we're going to put this in the sink. Okay. We're going to stir it up again. Oh, boy, I wish you were here to smell the garlic. I'm a garlic lover. I love my garlic. I put garlic in almost everything. Okay. Now, okay. And we're going to put in 1 packet of green beans. So where is that scissor? Ah, here it is. Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut it open. And then stick it in. So it's just 1 packet. All right. Now, then you stir this around. Now, should I use another packet of green beans? Let's see. Yeah, maybe I should. Now, yeah, it's a small bag, and that's usually for the microwave. So yeah, I'm gonna open up another one. Okay, there. So here I go. This is 12 ounces. All right, and the garlic is pretty strong, so usually the bags are bigger than this. Well, to my knowledge anyway, but here we go. Okay. Or unless Sam and Jenna says otherwise, because they're a little bit better at cooking than me. I get too comfortable while cooking and everything gets burned. But if I'm staying right in the kitchen, it won't burn. It's just the way it goes. But now, yesterday 5 was medium heat. Now it's hot. But now everything is cooking so fast. All right. I'm going to stir it up until, oh my gosh. You know what? This is on its last leg. It just won't stir. I need something stronger because guess what? It keeps bending, so I should get another spoon, and I'll probably maybe get it tomorrow. So, okay. Let's see here. Now, I am going to use this spatula for this. So, this will do it for the green beans. All right, we're going to saute everything. All right. All right. Now, I might be a little late tomorrow on my stream. So I'll because I will shop tomorrow. I don't know whether I'm going to go later or sooner. It's just, I don't know. So usually I start at 10 and go until 11 or 11:30. But since I'll be shopping tomorrow, I might be coming on later. So I'm going to leave that up in the air. So, all right. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, my cup. All righty. All right. Okay, now I'm going to put in the 1 cup of any tomato sauce. But if you want it, if you have tomatoes that you have to get rid of, use about 10 and make sure all the juices are in there because that's what makes the green beans. Okay. Or you can use a can of tomatoes. So we're going to put in 1 cup. No, we're going to put in 2. Okay. All right. So there we go. Alrighty. Now, this there. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator. Once your food is open, refrigerate it. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Now we're going to stir it up. And we're going in 30 minutes into the video. All right. Alrighty. Oh, this is looking great. So this is what it looks like if I come in. All right. So, okay, we're going to keep stirring it. All right. Okay. Now, guess what, everybody? I made it to 24,000 views. I'm in more of the search engines, so it looks like everybody likes it. So, all right. Okay. There we go. We're through with this. So we're going to let this cook up. All right. Okay, now we're going to have to wash this because guess what? It's filled with onions and garlic. Now, you don't want your apple bread pudding to taste like onions and garlic. No, so we're going to wash it. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay, there we go. And the reason why I have to use this is because I have limited space. So I have no choice. So put the lid on. Okay. And guess what? I'm gonna need the oven for the bread pudding. Okay. So, all right. There we go. Now we're gonna put everything that's here away, except this. Alrighty. All right, there we go. I have no boiler downstairs, so guess what? I'm using my sink, but it's cold. I'm using cold water. I'm taking my chances since I don't want my bread pudding to look like tomato sauce. So or taste like tomatoes or garlic or onions. So I'm washing everything. So I'm taking my chances with cold water. But what can you do? All right. So, okay. Here we go. We're going to put the garlic away. Have a little bit more room. Okay. Or make room here. All right. There. So let's see. All right. We're going to move this one over. All right. So we're going to put it on 4. Let it cook up. All right. All righty. There we go. Now, yeah, I have to remember that this is on. So, all right. All right. So we're going to put it on 355. Oh, turn this one off so I don't burn myself accidentally. And then put the bake. We're going to put it on 55. There. Now we're going to preheat it. All right. First, we got all these that I'm going to use for the apple bread pudding. Now, first we're going to slice up the apples. Okay. Now, I am clearing out my refrigerator. So, now if you want to put raisins in, you can. Just put about 2/3 of a cup. But if you want to put more, be my guest, go right ahead. But don't put no more than 1 cup though. But if you insist on using it, go right ahead. All right. So we're peeling the onions. And let's see, what did I find out today? Guess what? Jimmy Page, the legendary guitarist, purchased Aleister Crowley's house. He called himself, Aleister Crowley called himself the Beastmaster. Of course, when he died, he confessed his sins to a bunch of padres. So that's where I heard somewhere that he confessed, he repented to a priest that he's been doing horrible things. So, is he in heaven? I think so. Let me turn on this light because it's starting to get dark. Oh, it's it's not even plugged in. Hold on. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, here we go now. All right. Okay. All right, where should I? Oh, this right there. Okay, now, so when he died, guess what? He left each and every porthole open. And since Jimmy Page purchased the house and was living there, negative vibes started coming out. Now, am I superficial? Not really. But if you do not, if you're in some kind of white magic, I'm not going to even talk about the dark arts because it freaks me out. But if you're not any white magic, close up the portholes. So when you actually when you die and that porthole is left open, that's it. So, and there are several portholes. There's one in the air where heaven is. That's one porthole because you don't see it, but it's a porthole. So that one's in the air. So when you say God said it, usually they point up. And let's see. And when there's a porthole on earth, it doesn't necessarily mean it's hell, but it could have the earth and all the trees that died are in that porthole. But you know what? I'm not superficial. I do believe in God. But you know what? I'm thinking anything's a possibility. So, all right. So a lot of peculiar things happen. Like John Bonham died, and Robert Plant's son died at an early age when he was sick. That was it. And what else happened? Now, I think John Bonham might have died in a car accident. I don't know the circumstance, to be honest. I forgot what the circumstances were. So, and yeah, and since those portholes have been left open, a lot of peculiar things were happening. Is it coincidence? Possibly. Is it not a coincidence? Possibly. I'm looking at it this way. Anything in life is possible. So, because when you die and go into heaven and your soul goes up, you don't really see heaven. And that's another porthole. So it's invisible too. So, all right. So, does people see Jesus? Yeah, they do sometimes because they take pictures of it. And guess what? Each and every truth comes out on the internet. So, of course, now that we have the internet, everything about Jimmy Page came out. Him purchasing Aleister Crowley's house. Not that many people know about it because the news was so scarce in those days. Not enough of them came up. But now with social media and YouTube, everybody's finding about every single thing. So guess what? If you have a secret, don't take it on the internet. Okay? So, yeah, that's a bad place to try and keep a secret because, truth comes out. All right. And of course, the truth came out with Scientology L. Ron Hubbard claiming to be friends with Aleister Crowley when in reality he didn't, but he used a lot of Aleister Crowley's work. He plagiarized off his work into his Dianetics book. Now, is it a bad omen? Yes, because now he's got all the slave labor that's serving him, and it's not great for every single person that's there because they're defined to it. So a lot of them left smart thinking because a lot of that roots came from dark magic and Aleister Crowley. And then a lot of artists and actors sold a soul to him when he's dead, or sold a soul to the devil. Yeah, half of them did. Because guess what? They went to these parties that was so sacrificial, and they sold their souls just to be a huge star. But guess what? I never wanted to sell my soul, but guess what? I love characters. And so I just kept on going. So not only I'm doing this show, but I'm also got into other work. I'm coming out with a book, and what publishing company I'm going to send it to, I'm certainly not going to tell you, because guess what? Scientology's watching. Now, they're not going to admit it, but for some reason they're going to find their way around the numbers. Okay, that's ready to go. So you heard the buzzer go off, the beeping go off. So, all right. Okay. Cut this up. Or peel it, excuse me. After we're done peeling it, we're definitely going to cut it up. So, and yeah, a lot of freaky things happened. And then we found out that all this has happened through the internet, and Corey Haim, I don't know if it's Corey Haim or one of those two Corys came out. The actor Corey Haim or yeah, he came out, I think it was him, and said they had all these unusual parties in Hollywood that sold their soul to the devil and did weird things. And that's how, and then we hear all these unusual things, and it came out on the internet. Some people said die and saw celebrities, and yeah, it gave me nightmares. So from then on, I actually slept through the night light because it was so freaky. So, and yeah, and a lot of L. Ron Hubbard's work came from Crowley. So he plagiarized off of Crowley and put it in Dianetics. So, and that's how some people are seen differently than others, because guess what? They treat people in higher statutes and privilege. They're treated differently from people who are not privileged. So, and they squeeze every bit of penny out of them until they're bled dry. So, all right. Okay. All right. And it's not in my recipe, but put like maybe a couple of teaspoons of lemon juice so the apples don't brown. So it does work. So, okay. So I got 5 apples. Or if you want to use more, go ahead. But I'm using half the loaf of bread because because I need to get rid of it, or else it's going to go stale and green. So, okay. Now, tomorrow, what am I going to cook? I don't know because I'm running out of things to cook. Am I going to make apple pancakes? Possibly. So, we'll see. All right. And oh my gosh, apple pancakes are heaven. So, it's like a filling on top of a pancake. Oh my God. So, can you use a can? You can, but the fresher ones are better. So, okay. And okay. Yeah, sometimes freaky stuff happens, and with me, I am just God fear. And earth fear. I fear. I'm a little sensitive, and plus, I'm bipolar, so I fear. So, and I know I don't do anything to hurt another person, but yeah, but still. Okay. Yeah. And everything, all the truth comes out on the internet. And of course, all the truth came out against Tom Cruise, and you heard all those rants on not only network TV, but the internet. So everything is coming out on him. And now his movies are not at number 1. They're either at number 8 or number 10. Now, in order to actually get back on top, he's going to have to leave Scientology and that dark magic behind, or else that's it. He's had it. But it doesn't look like he's going to come out of Scientology at all. Now, as of John Travolta, I think he's being kept in. So, I think they have a lot of secrets on him because he is bisexual or gay, something like that. And of course, Mona saw his file, and they have a lot on him. So she went through the files, his file, and it's not that great. So I think they learned that over his head. So, but you know what? And plus, maybe he's done things that, first of all, they had his plane to actually get somebody, kidnap them, and bring them back to Scientology. Now, I don't know the circumstances, but they were using his plane. Did he allow it? I don't know. I don't know the circumstance. But guess what? Even a great person with a heart does something wrong. Because you know what? When I went to school, I went back to school when I was 35. I was just so happy and so I wanted to go back, get my bachelor's, but I didn't have enough money, so I had to go with what I have. Now, I'm going to get a job with it, but I'm not going to say where. So, now, because, I had some issues. My internet was hacked. All the Scientology's clips are gone, but everything else is left alone. So it was them. So pitiful. Yeah, it's awful, but Yeah. And my phone might have been hacked into. I don't know if it was me or them, but I don't know the circumstances. So I don't know what the truth is. Now, either it's me and I did something somewhere down the line that I made an error of some kind, or it's Scientology not let me back on my phone. Because what if there's an emergency and I can't get a hold of an emergency response team, or my family? Because the other day my brother went crazy. He was so scared that he couldn't find me. And it's because his name was erased. And I think it might have been them, but you know what? I don't know. Because I accidentally used the program, but I deleted that. So I don't know what happens because I thought it was a problem. So I just got rid of it. But so I don't know if it's that or no, I don't know. So I might have made an error, but at the same time, my brother's name was erased. Yeah. So I don't want it to happen later. And plus, I'm not going to sue Scientology because you know what? That money does not belong to David Miscavige. He thinks it's his. It's not his money. That money is not his. He squeezed it out of people. He has front groups. And everybody around him doesn't earn any of it. He's the only one that benefits from it. So, is it unfair? Yes. Even I got more than those people, and I'm not low income. So, and that's why I went back to school and planned to get this other job. And am I planning to get my work published? Yes, but I'm not going to say what publishing company I'm going to have to take it to. I'm not going to mention the name, any of the names, so it can go smoothly. If not, guess what? I'm going to come up with another channel and use all my materials that I've written. That's what's going to happen. So there's nothing, no one can say or do to prevent me from using my projects. So, not even Scientology. So, now, am I being fair game? It looks like it because I had one too many incidents. And a lot of my work is gone and had to redo it again because of this. Everything else is left alone, but every one of the clips that I had from Scientology are gone. It's been erased. So, yeah, they did have something to do with it. Do they have something to do with this? It's possible. Or it could be me. But I definitely did not erase my brother's name. I think that was them. But there are other factors too. So, all right, there we go. All the apples are sliced. All right, so, okay. But what do they have against me? Well, guess what? I've been talking about them, and I have materials about them, and they got nothing to do but to go into other people's computers and hack it. Now, that anonymous protester that went into his computer spent time in jail. Of course, yes, what he did was wrong. But also, Scientology does the same thing that Anonymous does. And they're not serving any time in prison. David Miscavige is not serving any time in prison, and so is everybody in upper management. They're not spending any time in prison. So, and it's awful. All right. First, I'm going to cut up the apples. Okay. I'm going to throw this in the refrigerator. I'm going to throw this in the sink, excuse me. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Knife. I'm going to use a steak knife for this. Now, do I have a core remover? Let me look. All right. Yep, I got one. So, I wish I had a little bit easier gadget. Okay. Okay. All right, hopefully this will go in. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I gotta get that in there. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna put this in there. All right, and what else is going on? Now, is my brother watching this? I don't think so. But if it comes out, well, guess what? I took my chances. So that's just me. It's not anyone else. It's me. So if you don't want anybody to find out what you're doing on the internet, don't go on the internet altogether. Now with me, I'm taking every chances in front of the internet, from making an error, burning, or yeah, I took my chances. That's just the way it went with me. But if you don't want to take the chances, don't go on the internet unless you have something good. Because if you mention something that you weren't supposed to and somebody finds out about it, that's it. It's done. So, all right. All right, I'm taking the core out. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh gosh. Oh, is this coming out? I hope so. Okay. All right, go through the other end. Okay. All righty. All right, there we go. Well, some of it came out, so okay. All right, we're gonna cut this, get this one out. All righty. And what else is going on? All right. Yeah, I got a wild stuff to tell you today. I found out everything that I told you that's going on today, right there. Now, was I lying about what was happening to my brother? To me? No, because I do not know the circumstances. But guess what? I took my chances, brought it up. That was it. So, if you don't want to take your chances, do not mention it on the internet. So, or if you have a show and you know all this is might happen, don't take it on the internet. Because, yeah. So, oh my gosh. Maybe I should get a new. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. It's out. Now, is everything else coming out? No, the C's are still in there. All right. Ugh. Oops. All right. All right. So, all right. Okay. There we go. And I turned on the wrong thing. I was supposed to turn this one on for. Okay. So put it on medium heat between 3 and 4. Okay. Put it on medium heat. All right. I'm like, why isn't this cooking? I turned on the wrong thing. So what else is going on? Would my brother yell at me because I didn't tell him any of this? Possibly, maybe, I don't know. He's the one that got me my cell phone and decided to help me out. So I don't know the circumstances of the thing. That's why I never even told him. So and yeah, until you're fully sure. Yeah. So, so I don't know the full details about it. Might have been them. So far, half of it is because my brother's name is not on that thing, and I did not know one day that it was him, and he has. Because if I knew and it popped up, and yeah, nowadays none of us know every single number that pops up. Yeah, so I kept saying, well, my brother's name is in there, so it doesn't matter. It does matter because what if something like this happens and you're not really sure? All right. Okay. All right, so next it's going to be this one. Okay. So, what else is going on? Let me see. Of course, today I went on Aaron's show and he showed old clips of Anderson Cooper interviewing all the former Scientologists to Marty Rathbun, Mike Rinder. Of course, he was happily married before he passed away and had his son Jack. But young Jack is still waiting for his older brother and sister. So keep your fingers crossed and hope that they make it out. And what is Christy doing? I don't know what she's doing nowadays. So if you want to know, yeah, you can reach out to her, but I don't know her. So, okay. Now, Am I in the SPTV community? I think I am in spirit. I don't care whether I'm on that directory or not. I feel like I'm one in spirit. Now, I'm going to give Fluffer a benefit, so I hope it's not under that. So, yeah, I think it looks creepy because guess what? I don't know the circumstances, but there are photos coming up every time I get a letter of some kind. But guess what? I did get a couple of subscriptions from Audit LA and possibly, I got number 18. I got 18 subscribers and it is awesome. So, and yeah, I'm on other search engines too as well. So, okay. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, here we go. All right, there we are. So, all right. So all the apples are done. All right. All right. All right. So I'm going to take this and toss it. I'm not going to even bother to throw it in there. So. All right, there. And all right, so I'm going to clean this off. Now, did I get all of the core out? I don't know. So I'm going to check and see if I did. This one, I don't know if it's useful. So. All right. All right, so let me move this over and put this in here. All right, so there we go. All right, there we are. So now I'm going to cut it up, put it in here. Okay, yeah, some of it's left in there, so gotta remove that. Okay, take out the seeds. All right. Yeah, there's a little bit left in here, so let me cut this out. All right, here we go. Now, did I get this off the internet? Somewhat, but I had to rewrite it because guess what? I don't want to get plain and simple. So when you come on the internet, you have to turn it into your own version because these are copyrighted materials. You will get sued. All right. Okay. So now put this up. Yeah, this one is not out totally. But yeah, this one did come out better. All right. And this one, no. So I have to get this one out. All right, there we go. All righty. All righty. Okay, there we go. Get this one out. All right, there we are. So now we're going to throw these away. Okay, all of it is out now. Now, should I put more apples in there? Well, I don't want to grab any more because my space is limited. So. All right, I'm going to put these back in there. Okay, and then we're going to cut these apples up. You know what? Let me get rid of these. Now, I was going to use the whole bag, but yeah, I wasn't really sure. Okay. There. All right. Okay, now we're going to cut up the apples and put them in there. All righty. All right. There we go. So we're cutting up the apples. Sorry about the dead air. Let me see what else is there. Okay. So now does people marry into Scientology or think they're not in Scientology? I don't know. So some are, some aren't. Parker Stevens, when he was married to Kirstie Alley, he wasn't. According to her, but I don't know. So, all right. So we're gonna put these in. Okay. Take another out. Cut it up. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. Okay, and what else is up? Yeah. This week, Laura FM at Audit LA. We're at the Public Works meeting. And of course, you know, Laura grew up in Scientology and she was child labor. Now, you expect things like this to happen in other countries, especially when my dad was born. His father died early, so guess what? Turkish government won't let my grandmother work, so had to put the two boys to work, him and his younger brother. And then he married off. And my grandmother actually married off her older child, which is a girl, of course. It wasn't by choice, but she ended up happily married to the fella. He was so sweet and so loving. I loved him dearly. He always had hugs and kisses for me. He just loved me, and he actually loved my mother. So, and when he had cancer, his wife and my mother were just grieving. So, everybody, then he dies, and yeah. So, did she go to the funeral? I don't think so, but You know what? I don't know the circumstances of why she didn't go, but definitely my aunt did go. So, were my mother and aunt friends? Sort of. I mean, she did not, my mother and my aunt did not disrespect each other. They were cordial towards one another. So, okay, so yeah, you expect those things to happen in other third world countries. You just don't expect it here. So, yeah, down at the third world, they're living in a parallel universe. So, okay. Jeez. Okay, let's see if I can get this out. So, all right. And, I mean, did I cry then? To be honest, no, because I was so young. And you know how kids are, they want to go out there, see the world. And yeah, I didn't see much of the world, but you know what? I did love him. He loved me. He always gave me all these kisses and hugs every time he saw me. Yeah. I mean, he loved his family. He loved his wife. He loved my mother. He loved me. And then my aunt was married to him until the end. And you usually know that sometimes marriages like that don't actually last long, but theirs did. But sad enough, my mother had a matchmaker, and that's how my aunt was married off. And she did not have a happy marriage. So sometimes matchmakers work and sometimes they don't. And that's the thing about this stuff. So in the modern day, matchmakers are in line with catch a fish, something. And yeah, now a lot of the matchmakers are online. So, okay. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. My hands were just all sticky and I needed to actually. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to use. Yeah, we're going to put the rest in here. All right. Now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay. So it doesn't get brown up like it is now. Although, you know what? The tablespoon would, because I think there might be something in the bottom. So we're just going to put 1 tablespoon. All right. We're going to put this back in. All right. So now we're going to stir it up. Not with that, but I got my other spatula. Okay. So we're going to stir this up. And the lemon juice is in there, and it's going to keep it from going brown. So it's going to be so awesome that the apple bread pudding is going to come alive. And then guess what? Eventually, I'm going to make the pumpkin bread pudding. So eventually, and it's just unbelievable. So should I put glaze on it? Not this time around, but you know what? If you want to glaze it up, go right ahead. Just add 1/3 cup powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons vanilla, and 1 tablespoon of plant-based milk. If it's too thick, then you can add like maybe 1 more tablespoon. So, but I know it's going to work. So, should I try it out? Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, let's just try it out. This is too sticky. I won't use it. All right. So, we're going to stir this up. Now, oh my gosh, Jenna is just, she is the Martha Stewart of the former Scientology world. So, oh my gosh, she is amazing. She knows how to plant everything. She knows the decoration. She knows how to cook. She has to cook because she has 2 kids, so she doesn't have much of a choice. So, and you know what? I think her kids are the 2 luckiest kids. They have the parents that they do. They're friends, and those kids don't have to choose a side. So everybody, if you're getting a divorce, please find some way to resolve everything before signing the papers, because you don't want those kids to be taking sides. It's not fair. I know what it's like when I was divorced and they were fighting all the time, and me and my brother was pulled in the middle. So, and now my parents both passed away. Mine passed away October of last year, and it's gonna go on to a year. So, yeah, unbelievable. So, all right. So now we're gonna take 10. Oh, let me see here. Let me put all this in there first. So we're gonna use, let's see. Okay. Oh, we have to check on that. Oh my gosh, this turned out so awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. Oh, if only you were here to smell it. So, and this was my favorite recipe of my mother's when I was growing up, the green bean casserole. Now, let me show you. Oh my gosh, I am just in heaven. So now we're going to turn off the heat, and then that'll be the end of it. So, oh my gosh, I am just in heaven smelling this thing. So, now you can serve it with your other meals. And I got more ideas, but I'm not going to actually bring it up now, because if I don't do it and it doesn't work, I'm going to have egg on my face. So I don't want that to happen. So, okay. And I did volunteer for the SPTV Foundation. I am a volunteer. Now, I did send up a flyer. I did. And I don't really know how to assemble a book together, but I had a thought. I'm going to go to the former college I went to. I'm not going to mention any of the names. So, All right. So, okay, first we're going to add a cup and a half of plant-based milk. Let me get the cup. In the recipe that I was looking at, it says use a whisk, but no, I'm not going to use a whisk. Not when I have the apples in it. So, all right. So a cup and a half of plant-based milk. Let me get it. Okay. Yep, they added the top part, and it has the half on top. See? Yeah, isn't that a hoot? So, is it gonna work? Well, okay, there we go. All right. All right, so now we're gonna pour it in. Now, okay. Now, I said I was gonna add about 10 in, but I don't know. So I do want to add about 10 in. So let's see. I'm gonna do the wait and see approach. So okay. And now, so first stir it up so all the ingredients will go in. Oh, and yeah, see, it turned nice and white. You can see from there. So it's just heaven. And then we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So we're gonna put that in. Okay, here it is. No, nothing smells, so I'm gonna use it. So I don't think it's gonna taste like Olive Garden. I just, yeah, okay. Now I don't know when the guy's gonna come in to fix my boiler and get the new boiler in. I don't know. So okay, now each and every time I use an ingredient, I'm gonna put it back in because I got limited space. So okay. Alrighty. I still have my potatoes on grind. This is week 3. Does it taste good? Well, guess what? Yeah, I mean, it looks fine to me, but all the reports says otherwise because there'll be the green in there, but it doesn't look that bad. So, no, I never got sick or anything by doing that. So, all right. So now I'm going to add. Now, it says 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, but it doesn't matter whether you have it in there or not. But if you have maple syrup and you want to put it in, go ahead. But I just don't want mine to be too sweet because I got this taste. If something's too sweet, I'm not going to eat. So if you have that real strong sweet taste, fine, by all means, go put it in. So that's 3 tablespoons maple syrup. And I also have 1 cup of sugar in this one. So yeah. All right. But I'll probably only put half of it in there because, yeah, it's just my taste. And plus, I don't want to get sued because, oh no, okay. All right, so we got that in. Okay, 3, okay, 5 apples, 1 cup sugar. Okay, let's see. You know what? I don't want my sugar to completely run out. So I'm only going to put about half of it in. So, all right, but Yeah. Would I put half of it in? Yeah. Okay. And where is, here we go. Third. Yeah, this is 1/2. So I'm going to put this in. Yep. I think this would, yeah, forget the 1 cup. Just put the 1/2 cup in there. All right. So that'll do it. Put this back. Yeah, you don't want it to be too sweet, but if you got the sweet taste, then go put the 1 cup in. But yeah, but I think the 1 cup is enough. Okay. All right. I don't know what that was. So I don't know if it's the stem or the core. All right. And then we're going to put in. Okay. Let's see here. 1 cup of the 1/4 cup cornstarch. Let me get that. All right. Yep. The green beans are done. All right, so we're going to put 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, that's me. I took my chances while going on. Oh, wait. Now I don't have a. Let me go look. Yeah, okay. I found it. I used my coffee for it. But if it smells like coffee, then who cares? So I'm going to use 1/4 cup cornstarch because this will thicken up the base. So okay, there we go. I only put a little of it. So. All righty. All right. There we go. We're going to put this back up. There we go. Now we're going to stir it up. Now, if you don't have cornstarch, you can use flour. So, all right. And when you cut up the bread, make sure they're in cubes. It looks like you're going to have to make sure they're in cubes. All right. Oh, I wish you were here to smell this. It smells so good. So, all right. And then next week, I'll definitely show you what I baked. So, all right. Yeah, I just never actually do everything ahead of time and see if it works out and tastes good. I don't. I just come on and take my chances, to be honest. So, although it's not much of a lie because this doesn't really hurt people, but yeah. Okay, although some food hurts people because, yeah, well, you taking your chances when you come here. So, I don't know. If you have an allergic reaction towards some of these, then yeah, don't put it in. I'm going to take responsibility and tell you, don't put it in because it doesn't matter whether or not you miss an ingredient. It's not the end of the world. So, okay. Cornstarch. Where is my cinnamon? Yeah, 2.5 teaspoons cinnamon. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it's 2.5. So let me see here. So it does look like it's 2.5 teaspoons. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all of it. So, all right. That should do it. It's all of it. All right. Put this in the sink, rinse it off, and yeah, I mean, I don't have my boiler, so he's gonna come in sometimes this week, and I'll get my water back. So, with that, we're gonna stir it up. Okay. Now, why do they call it bread pudding even though it's stiff? I don't know. But I would call it bread cake pudding, but you know what? Who knows? So, and then I'll have it next week for you, then show you how it turned out. Because now we're 1 hour and 37 minutes in. So, all right. And I'll definitely be back tomorrow. Now, between maybe 10:30 or 11, something like that. I haven't heard yet from my sister-in-law. So I'm thinking, you know what? We're going to wait and see. But I am going to be scheduled for tomorrow. I will definitely be here tomorrow with you guys. So mix this up. All right. So, okay. Now we're going to put this aside. I need room here, so I'll put this here. Oh, I'm going to need this. Is it hot? No. So I'll put this here. All right. So each and every time that I'm finished cutting it up, I'm going to put it in. But be sure you cut it in cubes because I want everything to soak up. So. Five. Yeah, 5. Okay. Here we go. We got 10, half a loaf. So it says a whole wheat, but it just looks like white bread. See? Yeah, so that's why I'm using it instead of the multigrain. Yeah, it says wheat, but it looks really white. So I think this would be enough. So I got to get rid of half of this. So I decided to make bread pudding. See how I can conjure it up. All right. Okay. So, am I really a kitchen person? No, I'm more like a room person. Now, my room is clean, but the rest of my house isn't. My bathroom's clean, but the rest of the house isn't. So I'm a weird one. So, all right. So we're going to cut the bread up. Hold on. All right. Do I have the knife? No, I don't. So it looks like I'm going to have to use this. So I'm going to cut it up into cubes. And then stick it in here. All right, there we go. And if it doesn't really totally soak it up, then it looks like I'm going to have to maybe put in 1 more cup. Okay, so make sure they're in cubes when you cut it up, okay? So All right, because since I'm putting other ingredients in there, the apple ingredients in there, they have to be in cubes. Okay. Am I getting hungry? Oh my God, yes I am. Yes I am. Okay. All right, now we're gonna put this up. So everybody, this is the resource I'm giving you. Now, when you go shopping, you have to have all your prices budgeted up. Look what the price is, and then, yeah, that's what you need to do. Okay. But this is a real excellent dessert. But if you want to have it as a snack, go right ahead. But you have your own pudding recipe, then by all means, go ahead and use it. All right. This is just a recipe I came up with this morning. So how is it going to turn out? That's just the way it goes. I just take my chances. So I think it'll probably be okay. So, but they say mistakes make you so much. Why not? Okay, so here we go. Now I got 24,000 views now. All right. Now, yeah. Now, I didn't think of it, but maybe I should tell Fluffer Squirrel and Club Brain Frog that there are pictures of them on the internet looking like they were in front of the computer while taking it. Maybe I should tell them. So let me write Buffer Squirrel and tell her about it, and Club Brain Frog and tell her about it and see what the response is. So. Hopefully it didn't really intercept her. So hopefully they already know, but it looks like I have to tell them in case I just thought of it, in case they don't know. So if you're watching this and you're on Club Brain Frog's chat, tell her about it. If you're on Fluffer Squirrel's site, tell her about it, because I am planning on telling them about it. I mean, I'm thinking, do they even know about that picture that's taken? So be sure to let them know, everyone, and then I'll email them and tell them about it. I didn't really think of it. I apologize for that. So, okay. So let's see if the 10 works out. If it doesn't, I'll put another cup in, but I think it'll probably work out. Okay. So stick this in there. Boy, I'm starving. Okay. Yeah, I dropped 10 pounds. Right. But I'm afraid of working out because I don't want to stink it. I can't get into my shower until the end of the week, somewhere in the middle. Yeah, it's awful. But yeah, I mean, so I have my juice and coffee every morning, so I'm having all the liquids, plus I'm drinking water. So Yeah, I'm a vegan or a little bit of a vegan. I'm trying to be a vegan, but I can't afford the vegan stuff. The healthier you eat, the more it costs you. So, yeah, all this is unfair. Now, Obama came up with a good idea. So if it's junk, it should cost more, which is a better idea than the healthier food. So, go. All right, now it's time to mix it up. Now, is it going to work? Let's see. If not, then I'm going to have to put another cup in. I think it probably will work. Let's see. All right. But yeah, I'm definitely going to let her know, those two guys know, because I didn't think of it then. But if you go on their sites, be sure to let them know. I didn't think of it before, but yeah, this is just in case they don't know about it. All right, yes, it's working out great. So it looks like it's soaking up each and every. Okay. Yeah, it's soaking up pretty well. Oh, I wish you can smell this. It smells so good. Is it going to work out? You know what? I think it will. Okay. It says 1.5 cup. So yes, it's working out. So I think I'll stop. No more milk. Guess what? It is working out. Okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Is it going to be soggy? You know what? I don't know. So it is soaking up, but there's a little bit plant-based milk still left. Now, should I use more? Oh, what the heck. Because I had this for a full 2 weeks, and I don't want it to get stale. But if you want to put more in, go ahead. If not, just go with the 10. Just go with the 10. Don't put any more. But I'm just going to put 2 more in because it's been in my refrigerator for 2 weeks now, and I do not want it to go stale. So that's why I'm putting more in. So, okay. So this is much I left. So hopefully it's just those 2 left. But it does smell so amazing. So, all right. So we're going to cut this up and put it in. And all right. Okay. Now tomorrow I'll definitely be on, but I have to play it by ear. So, all right. All right, that should do it. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to stir it up. All right, so yeah, should be it. So that's it. I'm not going to put any more in there because I do not want it to be too much bread. So, and plus I had that bread for an entire 2 weeks. I have to get rid of at least half of it. So, all right. All right. It says wheat, but it looks like it's white. So make sure it is wheat. But usually I get multi-grain because now I'm hearing that it ruins your joints. That's what I'm hearing. So now I'm on to multi-brand. All right, now we're going to take a pot or a pan. should I use the... Oh, yeah. You know what? I have this one... Okay. Yeah, all the bread is now soaked up with the apples. Oh, and it smells so amazing. So let me see here. Alrighty. Where is my... Okay. Yeah, here it is. So looks like I will use this. I'm going to use this, and I think it will probably fit in there. So let me see if it works. Then that's great. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to use one of those. So now we're going to put Pam in. So none of this will stick to the bottom. Like, you never know what happened. Maybe this thing that soaks it will be better. Oh, no, it's not in there. It's up here. Okay, here we go. All right. And now we're going to spray it and then pour the batter in. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. All right. And guess what? I got a good budget for you. If you don't need to spend money, don't. Unless you really need it, fine. Go ahead, spend it. But you know what? Keep it aside. Don't really totally spend it all. Because if you can't afford to spend money, don't. It will collect. Where is it? I'm not telling you. So, okay. All right, now we're going to pour it in. Okay. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. All right, there we go. It worked. Totally worked. Okay. All right. So there we go. It really worked, everybody. Oh my gosh. And then let's see here. Now, with the glaze, I'm not going to make it now, but put like 1/3 powdered sugar, 1.5 teaspoon vanilla, and 1/2 cup of, no, 1/3 cup of, 1/3 cup of plant-based milk. If it's too stinking close together, put about half a teaspoon more. Okay, hopefully it'll work. So let's find out. We're gonna put this in the oven, and then next week I'll show you what it looks like. All right. So you know the drill. Buy me a coffee. Even though I'm checking on that, seeing what's going on. And hit the like, press subscribe. You know what? And click to the next clip on my cooking channel to the right of the screen. Click on it. And I know it's live, but later on, it's not going to make a difference because it's going to be there. Click on it. It'll take you to my next stream or video. And have a great day.